Hello and welcome to the Radicals. This video is about classification of triangles by the Radicals online tutoring. In this video lesson, we will talk about how to classify the triangles according to the number of equal sides and the types of triangles. Also, we will talk about how to apply the angle properties of triangles to find the unknown angles. So let's start the video tutorial. There are some properties of triangles. We see that this triangle is an equilateral triangle which has three equal sides and three equal angles. Whereas this triangle is an isosceles triangle with two equal sides and two equal angles. Most probably the base angles are the equal angles. And the scalene triangle with no equal sides and no equal angles. So, any triangle containing a 90-degree is a right angle triangle. We can see that these are the right angle triangles. Or isosceles or scalene triangle may contain a right angle. Now let's see. If we want to determine the angle sum of any triangle, we see we have to take three identical copies of this triangle and put them together. So we see triangle number 1, triangle number 2, and triangle number 3. How can we use this to help us? We know that angles on a straight line adds up to 180 degrees. We also know that the sum of the angles of the triangle is 180. These are the same angles as in the triangles, which is equal to 180 degree. This is how we have understood that the angle sum of the triangle is 180 degree. I hope this demonstration is pretty easy to understand why the sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180. Let's calculate the unknown angles. This is the example number 1 in which we have to calculate the angle A from this right angle triangle. How I can determine this is a right angle triangle? Because this angle, which is the dark angle, is the right angle and it's of 90 degree. Let's subtract 90 plus 65, which are the two angles, from 180 and we'll get the value of the angle, which is unknown, is 25. This is the example number 2 in which we have to calculate the angles A, B and C. We can see this is the right. It's not a right angle triangle. It's an equilateral triangle. So all the angles must be equal, as sum of the angles is equals to 180. So if we divide 180 by 3, we get 60, 60 and 60. Since the triangle is equilateral, all angles are 60 degrees. Now the example number 3, this is an isosceles triangle where the two base angles must be equal. But we know one of the base angle, we automatically know that this A angle must be equal to 65 degree because base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal. So if we want to know the unknown angle B, we may calculate it by adding 65 plus 65 and subtracting it from 180 degrees. To calculate the angle B, we get 50 degrees as B angle. Example number 4 is also an isosceles triangle with two base angles. We know that one of the angle which is known, that is 130. So if we subtract from 180 those two angles and divide them by 2, we will get those two angles as equal angles. Angles x and y, 180 minus 130, and we have to divide them by 2 to distribute the equal angles as both x and y. So we'll get x is also 25 and y is also 25. Let's take this example. This is a right angle triangle because there is a 90-degree angle and we have to calculate angles A and angle B. Since we know that it's an isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. So angle A and angle B must be equal. As we know that this is a right angle triangle also, so we can subtract 90 from 180 to get 90, and that 90 can be distributed among angle A and angle B, which is again equal to 45 and 45. So both of the angles, as in this case of isosceles triangle, is 45. Then if we take this example, this is a scalene triangle and two angles are known, whereas the third angle is unknown. So it's very simple. We can calculate the angle by subtracting both the angles of adding and then subtracting it from 180 to get 138 degrees. I hope students, you have learned how to calculate the unknown angles in different triangles. As in this case, it was a scalene triangle. Now it's your turn to complete the following statements. You can see a triangle with all sides equal. A triangle with all sides equal is called what? A triangle with two sides equal is called what? A triangle with no equal sides. Triangle with all angles. Triangle with two base angles equal. And a triangle with one angle of 90 degree is called. An equilateral triangle has got all equal dash and dash. An isosceles triangle has got two equal dash and dash. So it's your turn to pause the video for a short time, think about it, and then come back to the video, play it, and see the right answers. You can see the triangles are equilateral, isosceles, and scalene. This is the shape and envelope. If we open the envelope, we see this is the shape. Now, students, we have to draw this shape and solve the following questions. So let's see, the shape is having 124 degrees of angle and there are two unknown angles. So if we have to draw this diagram and identify two pairs of isosceles triangle, we have to identify four pairs of right angle triangles, and also we have to calculate the angles x and y. So apparently it's looking very difficult, but it's not difficult at all. Solve this and come back after turning on the video once again. I hope you have turned on. Now, if you want to identify two pairs of isosceles triangle, you can see the triangles C, D, and E, and the triangle A, B, and E. They both are looking like isosceles triangle because both of their diagonals are exactly equal. So the two sides are equal and the two angles must be equal too. If we have to identify four pairs of right angles triangle, we can see this triangle A, B, and D, A, B, and D. This complete as right angle triangle, BCD, ABC, and ACD. So there are four right angles triangles. Now, question number 4 is to calculate the angles x and y. As you can see, this is 124 degree. So angle E is vertically opposite to 124 degrees. It will also be 124. How can we find out this angle? This angle can be found by subtracting 124 from 180, so we'll get 56. And if we see that, if it is 56 and this angle E is also, so we may calculate it by subtracting these, and this is the isosceles triangle, so angle X on one side and D will also be 62 degrees. So this is the wrap-up time. What did you learn today? To classify the triangles according to the number of equal sides, the types of angles, and we also apply the angle properties of triangles to find the unknown angles. We found the types of angles were equilateral triangle, isosceles, and scalene triangle. We also have found that any triangle containing a 90 degree is a right angle, and the sum of the angle of the triangle is 180 degrees. I hope students, you have learned how to find out the types of triangles. See you in the next video tutorial. Do not forget to subscribe my channel, The Radicals Online Tutoring. See you. Bye-bye.